My name is NCR. I love creating thought-provoking and bright content and encouraging people to get into the Bible for themselves. If that sounds like something you are interested in, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. Today, I'm going to be answering a few common questions that new believers or people who start to get into the Bible for themselves ask about Bible study or Bible reading. And if I don't end up answering your question today, you can always connect with me on social media and send me your questions because I love answering questions here on Daily Sunshine. So let's get to the video, shall we? What has been your personal experience with reading the Bible through in a year? How many times should I read the Bible through? How often should I read the Bible through? I have a few questions here that I'm kind of like mixing together because they're all kind of similar and related. So just hold the questions off there. You're coming at me too fast here and I can't even keep them all straight. So let me go through them again here. What is your opinion of reading the Bible through in a year? I'll get to that in a moment. What has been your personal experience of reading the Bible through the Bible been like? And then how many times should I read the Bible through? And how often should I read the Bible through? If you have read the Bible through once in your life, that's cool. That's amazing. Good job. Congratulations. If you haven't read through the Bible once yet, and you're a new believer or you're a young person, yeah, it might take a few years. And if it's not something you've done before, the task might seem daunting. And I'm going to say that, it took me a few years being a Christian before I actually read the Bible through all the time. The Bible all the way through. And yeah, it can seem daunting for, I already said that, new year, but yeah, it's actually not that hard of a task, and it's definitely something I would recommend. It's definitely something that is, it's not necessary, it's not required, but it is something that every Christian should do at least once in their life, read the Bible through. And I definitely would suggest reading the Bible through multiple times. There's certain people that are like super Christians, or they're just super scholarly, and they read the Bible through like maybe 4 times in a year or whatever. And there's certain people who read it through once a year. And for me, my personal experience with just reading the Bible through is, it's kind of hard. I find it hard to read it through in a year, and I'm finding it hard to read it through in my personal life in a year because I'm doing this Bible 1 year plan, and it's kind of hard because it's just like this many chapters daily, and I'm just like, I don't have that much time daily to get into God's Word, because to read the Bible through in a year, it takes, you have to read quite a few chapters a day, and it's quite a lot of reading every day. So probably once through, and for the average person, depending on how much time you have, maybe once through every 4 years would be more like it. But for me, my first, experience, my first actual reading through the entire Bible happened because I went to this amazing Bible college, Mount Carmel Bible College, and one of the requirements is you read the Bible through in a year. And so, while you're at the program, and so I read it through in 90 days. And so, because for me, I find not reading it through in 90 days is easier than stretching it out a whole year, because it was a book, I was reading it through. I was reading it through at a faster pace. I talked about pace reading. And yeah, I spent about an hour or so in the Bible a day while I was attending Carmel, and just reading through, large parts of it from beginning to end. And so that was such a good experience. And for some people, because if you're reading through a book, because I know, like I said, I'm a bookworm. I love reading books, and there's some huge books, and they take hours to read. And so I spend on a regular basis a couple hours a week reading books other than the Bible. And so when I found a good book, and the Bible is a good book, the Bible is a good book. I just repeated myself. The Bible is a good book. And yeah, when I find a good book, I just want to read it as fast as I can. So there's been times when I've read nonstop. My reading day is Sabbath, and so I spend on Sabbath, there's some days I don't have a good book to read, but there's days when I have found an amazing book, and I spend, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, reading a book in one day until it's over. And so when you found a good book, and the Bible's a good book, and you're reading it through, I mean, it takes time, and it shouldn't take you a whole year. For me, it's just too long, and it's too hard to like keep up reading this much a day. And so that's why I'm kind of jumbling all these answers. All these questions and all these answers are kind of related here. But just to pick a pace that works for you, maybe, one chapter a day or a few verses a day. And and then just, like how many times through, it's definitely something, because every part of the Bible is important, and as Christians, we definitely need to be familiar with the Bible, so I definitely would recommend, you need to read the Bible through, it's not necessary once every year, maybe, like I said, maybe once in 4 years would be the best for just average Christians, but read it through, at different parts of life. I'm maybe going to go in a rabbit trail here and just say that, in different parts of life, I guess I'm doing this video maybe more for young people, but in different parts of our life, in different times of our life, you will read at different paces. Maybe if you are a younger person, maybe a faster read through, because there's a lot of time between 15 years of old and 25 or 20 some, or just let's say 20. So there's 5-year gap between there, and so in that 5-year gap, if you come to Christ when you're younger, there should be a period of life where you do, at least this is in my history and experience, where I do, you just do smaller bits of the Bible, maybe just in the New Testament, for a few years, and then in 1 year, after a few years of being a Christian, you'd read through the Bible, the whole Bible, and in 90 days, and then read it at a faster pace, and then after that you can move back to just studying it and going at a slower pace, in a few verses a day, and maybe do that for maybe a few more years, and then kind of mix it up. Don't be the same pace all the time, because I did read the Bible through in 90 days and then read it through 90 days again. No. Yes, there's times for a faster pace, and then there's time for a slower pace. So just, mix it and mash it up or whatever, and that's been my personal experience with Bible through in 1 year, and that's my recommendations. And a really long answer for that question. Hi, it's me, NCR again. This video is one of a series of videos I've done answering common questions people ask, about Bible study, and common questions people ask when they're starting to get into the, the Bible for themselves. And I probably could have totally done this series of videos differently. I was thinking about doing it in one long video, but then I didn't, because I thought, it would be so long and it'd be boring and people wouldn't watch the whole thing. And so I did a series of short videos like this. I hope you enjoy these, my answers to these questions, because I did do all the recording for this all in the same 2 days, or the same, day, and, but I'm releasing them. I didn't want to release all these short videos in one day, because then that would overwhelm my viewers, my audience, and so I'm releasing them over the course of a month here. This is April 2nd today, and so I'm going to be releasing them over the month of April, because I'm recording this on, April 2nd. Releasing them over the month of April, these videos, and so it's more than 5, I think, short videos about that this summer. But so if you have more questions about that, well, I may have done a video on it, so you can see a list of the videos and questions I answer in the description of this video. Also, there's be a link to a blog post that I did on this that you can read, and also, if you have other questions besides the ones that I've answered in this video series about Bible study, or any other questions about God, is he weird, is it okay for God to kill people, and other questions about God, or Bible related questions, or spiritual related questions, or any kind of questions, you can ask them in the comments, or you can connect with me on social media at the SunShining NCR on Instagram, and at the SunShining on Facebook and Twitter. And I think that's it. I probably said too much for this outro. Yeah, this is part of a series of videos, and I could have done it in a different way. But this is the way I'm doing it. I do encourage you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you really are enjoying these videos. I mean, of course you're gonna hit this like button, but Another thing I ask that you do is share my videos and share Daily Sunshine with your friends. You know, share the sunshine. You know, share the light. Share my videos. Yeah, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching.